Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Did Julie Chrisley apologize to the victims of her crime? Fans have been dying to know if Julie Chrisley ever apologized to the victims of her crimes. There is a lot to unfold when it comes to Julie Chrisley and her recent resentencing. It seems that some fans are fed up with Julie and her family at this point. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Julie Chrisley recently had her resentencing hearing. This is something she and her family were hopeful about. She requested to attend via Zoom. However, the judge denied that request. Julie also asked to wear street clothes for her hearing. This was denied as well. One more thing that was denied was a 24-hour furlough she had requested. When it came to her getting a new prison sentence, she received the same amount of time as before. This was devastating for her children to hear as they wanted her home. Fans have been dying to know if Julie Chrisley has ever apologized to her victims. Well, the answer is no. A fan made sure others knew that. Our justice system works. Nowhere in all of Julie's tearful statement did she apologize to the victims of her financial crimes. She wanted to be treated better than other inmates. She was denied preferential treatment. She was denied a 24-hour furlough. Why should she be allowed access to her children? Why should other mom inmates be the only ones to endure the hardship of separation? She is an arrogant criminal from an arrogant criminal family. Other fans agreed in the comment section of the Reddit post. They feel as though she should not have asked for all the things she did. They also feel as though she should have apologized to her victims. It seems as though Julie has not once apologized to her victims. However, some fans wonder if she does not feel guilty because she has no clue about what Todd was doing. Regardless, people do not like how Julie tries to get special treatment due to her fame. They also think this is why Julie did not get any time off from her sentencing. Maybe because she asked for a lot of treatments leading up to the resentencing as well. How do you feel about Julie not apologizing to her victims? Do you think she is in the wrong? Sound off in the comments below. When a reality TV empire built on Southern charm, witty one-liners, and extravagant lifestyles begins to crumble under the weight of a federal indictment, it's not just a legal drama, it's a morality play. Julie Chrisley, the matriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, has found herself in that very play, cast as both a sympathetic mother and a convicted felon. The question that lingers like smoke after a fire is simple but sharp. Did Julie ever apologize to the victims of her crimes? The public persona versus private reckoning. For years, Julie embodied the genteel Southern mother figure, aprons tied, pearls gleaming, words wrapped in honey. Fans saw her as the steadying hand to Todd's flamboyant bravado. On screen, she was kindness incarnate. But prosecutors painted a darker portrait. Fraudulent bank loans, tax evasion, deceit woven through documents like a hidden thread in a quilt. And so, as the Chrisley's trial became headline news, an odd dissonance emerged. Julie's image as the gracious caregiver collided with her role as a federal defendant. A mother who once baked pies for her neighbors was now accused of cooking the books. That duality made one question inevitable. Was she sorry? And if so, sorry to whom? Silence in the courtroom. In the tense courtroom where federal prosecutors unraveled the Chrisley's financial empire, apologies were conspicuously absent. Julie did not stand up and offer contrition to the banks, lenders, or taxpayers affected. She maintained her innocence throughout, her words tinged not with remorse but with disbelief. Supporters saw her silence as loyalty to her husband, to her family's story, to the idea that they had been unfairly targeted. Critics saw it differently. To them, her lack of a clear apology suggested that the victims of the scheme were background characters in the Chrisley narrative, forgotten once the cameras stopped rolling. Apologies, after all, are not just words, they are admissions. And Julie was not ready to admit. The victims you don't see on TV. One might ask, who exactly are the victims? In financial crimes, they are often faceless. Banks defrauded, tax authorities cheated, numbers on a balance sheet that never fully recover. But zoom in closer and the picture sharpens. Fraud affects employees who lose jobs when institutions tighten budgets. It affects ordinary taxpayers, whose trust in fairness erodes when wealthy public figures bend the rules. It affects communities who begin to believe that charisma and celebrity can insulate people from consequences. So when Julie stayed quiet, it wasn't just an omission of words. For many, it felt like a refusal to acknowledge the ripple effects of her choices. The Southern Code of Apology. In Southern culture, apology is almost ceremonial. There are casseroles for grieving neighbors, handwritten notes for missed birthdays, and heartfelt "I'm sorries" for even minor slights. For Julie, raised in that world, her lack of direct apology to victims felt even more jarring. It is one thing to deny wrongdoing. It is another to cling to that denial when entire communities expect humility. An apology, in the Southern tradition, isn't just about guilt. It's about grace. And grace was what many were waiting to see from her. Behind prison walls. Since beginning her prison sentence, whispers have emerged about Julie's transformation. Fellow inmates describe her as kind, soft-spoken, and deeply religious. Bible study groups, quiet prayers, mentoring younger women. All of it paints a picture of someone searching for redemption in the smallest of ways. And here lies the paradox. She may not have apologized publicly to the victims of her crime, but those who cross her path now say she is quick to say, "I'm sorry" for far smaller things. Bumping into someone in line, forgetting a detail, raising her voice. Perhaps prison has reminded her of the power of humility. If so, one wonders whether she has begun, at least privately, to reckon with the larger apology she has yet to make. A family's perspective. Savannah Chrisley, now holding the family torch, has spoken candidly about her parents' imprisonment. She insists her mother is wrongly accused, that Julie is a victim of circumstance rather than a perpetrator of crime. In Savannah's telling, Julie has nothing to apologize for, because innocence requires no contrition. But family loyalty can cloud vision. For the Chrisley children, apology would mean conceding their parents' guilt, and that's a bridge they seem unwilling to cross. The Chrisley brand, even battered, still relies on defiance. And so, the apology remains suspended in limbo, trapped between the courtroom's verdict and the family's refusal to accept it. Public forgiveness without apology. What's fascinating is how fans have responded. Despite convictions, Julie maintains a loyal base of supporters who send letters, prayers, and messages of encouragement. For them, no apology is necessary. They have already forgiven her.